So I want to just start by, for the people who are present, and then for the people who hear this later, just really thank everybody who has contributed to Raga Science and everybody who has, um, just really dug into their wallets to try to help some people who are less fortunate and really struggling. Um, and I'm just super excited about this. And I'm also hoping that I'll be able to manage all the buttons. I've done lots of Zoom one-on-one. I see all my clients by Zoom, but this is the first time that I'm leading a group Zoom. Usually I just sit in the back and I complain about what the other people are doing wrong. So this time I have to take responsibility for it. So I'll do my best. But I want to just say a little bit about what we're going to be doing this evening. And so you have a sense of how it's going to go. So we'll start by doing a few introductions, and then we'll have a chance to ask Nawabji some questions about what's going on with Raga Science, why he started it, what's happening with the road trips and the recordings, and you'll have a chance to ask some questions yourself. I actually have a question from one of my friends who couldn't come, so hopefully I'll remember to ask. It's a really good question too. Um, and then we'll see some video clips and listen to some sound. And then at the very end, we'll listen to a beautiful music meditation that Nawab created just for us. And I was lucky enough to listen to it already, and I think everybody's going to love it. It's so restful and transportive. So I want to start by just telling, a lot of people have asked me, how did you get involved in this? What's going on? How did you find this guy? What do you know about him? Maybe he's like some crook or something. I'm like, no, I don't think so. So a lot of my friends and family, anybody who will listen, I will talk to them for hours about my trip to India. Um, and I know it's kind of a cliche. People are like, "Oh, I went to India and it changed my life," but it kind of did. And so it's true for me. And I met so many wonderful people, and had an opportunity to just. There's music everywhere, just everywhere. And for anybody who's remotely interested in any kind of music, folk music, classical music, even lots of Western music kind of performed in with different Indian instruments. I mean, there's just so much music and dance, but the music is everywhere. Like if you lived by music, like you didn't ever eat food, it was just music, you would be very healthy because there's just so much music everywhere. So I had the chance to meet Nawab at the Sufi Sacred Music Festival last February. It wasn't even last year, which is crazy. 2020 has been insane. So it was this same year, even though it seems like it was a few years ago by now. Um, at the fort where the Sacred Music Festival was happening, I was with a group with tribal music tours, and we were going on a tour of the fort. And then we turned the corner, and Nawab was standing there and beckoned us in this little room. I feel like it was marble. I don't know if it was really marble, but I remember it as marble. Um,
Marvel, yes,
was
yes.
it? Okay. And he started talking to us about music therapy and the way that Indian classical music ties into that and builds on that. And he played his santoor, and I was hooked just like right then in that moment. So we had a chance to talk for like a minute maybe. And then when I got home, I contacted him. So Here he is. I'd like to introduce you a little bit to this very special person, Nawab Khan. So, I stole some things from your bio online, but if there's anything I missed that you think is important, please say it. Um, so, he's the eighth generation of musicians in his family who long ago were part of played in the courts for the Maharajas and started learning music at age 6. And the whole family, of course, is very musical, most of them playing sarangi, but which is another stringed instrument, a bowed string instrument. But he was drawn to santur, which some people in the US will know that as like a hammered dulcimer. But this one is way more detailed, and the way it's played is different, and the mallets are different. So he's very well trained, also not only as a musician but as a music therapist, and has toured with his group. Is it called the Mantra? The Mantra, all over the world, and then started this organization called Raga Science. So maybe that would be a good place to start, is to ask you what inspired you to start that organization.
Thank you, Shar. Thank you for having this beautiful Zoom meeting. I'm really thankful for all your kind support for this initiative and all over your family and friends and all the supporters from USA. And Raga Science is my imagination, which I'm trying to bring the Indian classical raga music uh, in an easy language. I would like to express, or I would like to explain to the people how Indian classical music heal your mind, body, and soul. Because this music is mathematically designed music for healing purpose. So there is a science behind this music. So I try to write this all logics and the science behind this music. So my project was Raga Science for meditative music purpose, to write a book or something to explain in a easy way the Indian classical music. But during the lockdown, first lockdown, I thought I am sitting at home and what should do. So I make a Facebook page and try to express my feeling during the lockdown time and want to heal the people with my music. So I make a Facebook page of Raga Science, and when I make a Facebook page, we start playing music there. Then a lot of artists start joining us there, and they start playing on our page, and then we created festivals, and then we came for supportive initiative because a lot of artists start suffering, and like that the initiative become like what we have seen today. It's become like that, and it's getting more and more people joining Raga Science because I think we're doing something good job to artistic community. Especially we did a lot for Rajasthani music because I am from Rajasthan, and I know many people in Rajasthan, and I have a good connection with them. So what Raga Science is today is it's this journey is like that.
So you're saying that initially you were thinking that raga science would teach people about healing with the ragas, But
Of course.
then when the pandemic hit, you were thinking of the musicians who were being affected and started thinking about, you know, that maybe they didn't have enough food and, you know, those things are so important. And so I know that the original purpose is still very important to you and to Tim as well, who's here and very involved with the organization and has organized and working on organizing some lessons and training for people. But the main focus right now has changed. So, what would you say? What was the purpose for going on the road and traveling around as much as you've been doing?
Actually, I belongs to the Jodhpur, and nearby Jodhpur there is the folk music of Jodhpur and Western Rajasthan is very popular around the world. Thousands of folk artists dependent on the tourism business. They're working in the hotels, touristic sports, and so all tourism is, like closed. So they don't have so much work. So I keep working for them, and so all over the Rajasthan, people start calling me that here also we have a problems and all these things. So, we are just a newly started initiative and we are very small at the moment. We just doing all with the support of the people around the world because I am also artist. I don't have so much fun with me. I am also suffering. I don't have concerts. My center is closed. I'm not traveling. So, how to manage with all Rajasthan? So I keep asking a lot of people who loves my music, who are my friends. They are my fans. If I ask 10 people, maybe two, 3 people believe me, trust me, and then they start supporting me. So this initiative is keep growing like that way because a lot of people loves me and they trust me that what I'm doing is for some reason.
Right.
So these people start calling me around the Rajasthan, and there are so many art forms in Rajasthan. So many musical heritage. Like the oldest musical art form of Rajasthan, India is Dhrupad.
Uh-oh. Is it freezing?
Pugal. There are so many dance forms which are Kalbelia traditions, lives in Pushkar. There is a drummer, Nagada is living nearby, Sufi tradition from Ajmer. So I thought, let's make a road trip to find out how they're facing this hard time and what is their planning, and most important, what is their opinion, how they will keep continue to surviving these arts because this is the hard time, and a lot of people told me now they don't want to continue their tradition because this tradition is not giving them even food from last few months. So I would like to know from them also how they will keep continue this tradition.
Hopefully, I don't hear him right now. There he goes. Are you back with
And
us?
yes, so this was my idea to to discover more about all this tradition, how what artists are thinking, how they will keep alive their tradition after this hard time, and what is their strategy. So we did a road trip.
Right, right. That makes sense. Um, how would it be if I played one of the video clips that you uploaded to the Facebook page just to give people an idea of, a little sample, and you can tell us a little bit about that, and then maybe we'll go to a few more questions after that. Is that okay if I play this?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. I'm going to try to share this screen. Hopefully this will work. Okay. Uh-oh. All right, let's try another one.
प्यारे पुकार रे पुकार हरियोनी सोने के दिन हुआ मिली जाऊंगा के मास अलीगी बसुरी लूणे बास आवे तकीरे मेरा मेरा
Okay. Oops. Hold on. Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about what we were seeing there?
The first song, there was a folk sarangi player playing a traditional music, the composition. He's playing a old composition raga song with traditional sarangi. It's a folk sarangi, and there was a dholak player was playing. This village is in western Rajasthan. Village name is Badanawa Jangir. And the most important and attractive thing about this village is this is the biggest village of musician community living together in one village. There are more than 350 to 400 houses of musician community who are the full-time musicians.
Wow.
So there are thousands of musicians living there. and they have been traveled across the world for the festivals, music, India. They have been working with a lot of collaboration with Bollywood music, pop music, something. They have big passports with lot of visas, but they are traditional musicians living in village. They just go concert, come back to the village, and the idea was to hire, went to this village to discover more about them and talking to them. So this performance is from this village, and second performance is from also from Badnawa, same village, but it's just 1 kilometer away on the high on the desert part. You know, dunes. This community live in the dunes, and we did a night performance in the dunes with campfire and all that to feel this music more. So they are singing a song which is called Hichki. Hichki is a traditional love song. I don't know in English what you say when sometimes we have something like that, and in India we have a phrase like that. When you have something like that, it's somebody is missing you. So this Hichki song is missing song. Beloved is lover is missing to her beloved. He went outside for working out of the village, and he's in a big city and he is missing him. So this song is about them. So they all are the group singing this song Hichki, and it's a very popular song. So they are singing there, and in this night atmosphere, there was windy night and cold little bit temperature. So we have a campfire, and it was warm welcome by all the artists. And there was a lot of village other artists was sitting around us when we are filming, and it's kind of a festival there.
Yeah. It got everybody's attention.
Yes.
So, are you saying that that particular village is divided into two places? There's the low part and the high part?
Yes, of course, of course.
Okay, interesting. But they're how did they get back and forth? Is there like a path
Sorry.
or something? How did they
Yes,
go
yes, yes. It's not, no, it's not. It's like a just a 300-meter difference, 300-meter or 400-meter. They are living in a high up in the dunes, and the normal village there is most population like 300 houses or 250 houses.
right?
This is on a VR base, and there was a proper road and electricity and everything is there. And
Yeah.
where we went, there was no electricity, so we using the camera lights and campfire and all this.
Yeah. You have to be able to improvise,
Yes.
probably. How many children are in those villages?
Oh, it's a nice question. Uh, there are, I think, many children, but I I I traveled there so many times, and I know like there are more than 100 children are very good learning, and they are very good performers. I used to listen them from time to time. I travel there maybe 4 or 5 times in a year. So I know they are the very good children, and they are performing very good. But there are so many children, and it's a tradition that they always teach music and oral tradition. Just they see the parents and performing, and they learn automatically there. So many children there.
Yeah. Do the girls learn music too? Because I see so many boys
Hmm.
sometimes.
Sorry, I didn't get
Do
you.
the girls learn too? Uh,
There is no tradition of learning girls. They are not performers, but they learn the music, and they know the songs and tradition, everything. When they have their own function, they do the music for them also, but they're not performing in the public.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good that they're learning. I wonder
Hmm.
if there's any little girls who sneak around the outside, I want to
Yes.
go Dad, can I go? Yeah.
Maybe one day it is possible.
Yeah. Well, especially if there's some concern about these traditions dying out, there's maybe 50% more who could keep the tradition going.
Of course.
Um, how many different villages are there um, where music is happening? I mean, is it like dozens or hundreds? Like, how many places are there out in the desert where music happens?
Oh, there are hundreds of village, and actually, this Western Rajasthan music is developed a lot after tourism came there. You know, before this tradition was dying tradition because they just live in the village and they're just doing little music for their patron, and so they take care of them, and so they get rarely chance to do the music. When tourism came to Western Rajasthan, especially Jaisalmer, Jodhpur, this area, these traditional musicians came out to the big cities and like they start getting work and they start lot of promoters start promoting them. So they come. So now in the villages, like many villages, there are so many good artists are living there, and they're thinking of keep continue the music. So they're teaching their new generation, and so a lot of work is going on for them, and like I think hundreds of villages are there. There, if you go every village, you will find some musicians there.
Yeah. How many villages, since you've started traveling around, how many villages would you say you've been to?
Actually, we been to this some villages where like group of the peoples are living, and I mean there are some popular musicians, some musicians who are they're living in a groups, many. So we try to get the more opinion from them, but
Mhm.
we just passed through the small villages as well, but we didn't record it there or stop just for half an hour having tea with them and then we pass
Mhm.
to another village. So like we been to the major places like 15 big places and then small places like 10, 12 small places. I don't exactly know the number.
Yeah, that's a lot though. And with some of the funds that have been raised um, to buy food, are you delivering food to the villages? Bringing food to the.
Yes, in our in last festival, we went to and we supported there for 200 families with food packets and masks and ration kits and all this. And before that, since we already supported 500 families with our after first lockdown open, we keep continue delivering the food packets and paid concert especially we give, so they have some money and they can buy some food and some medicines and something for them.
Yeah. I love that idea that um, you're not just like handing them food because that might feel bad for them. They might feel, I don't know,
Yes, you're
ashamed or
right.
embarrassed or something. Instead, you can give them some even small amount of money for performing, and then they can do decide what they want to do with that money.
Of course, of course. Yeah, no, they are very emotional. So sometimes they shy to come out and take the food. They really need the food, but they shy. They cannot accept this in public. So paid concert is the right way to support them because they even this paid concert is a smaller amount. If somebody is charging $100, we just giving them $10, but $10 is also too much for them at this time.
What?
So they appreciating our efforts, and
Yeah.
they comes out with open heart to perform for us.
Yeah. Yeah. With all the places that you went and all the people that you saw, what experience stands out in your memory as one of the most meaningful or most emotional experiences?
All the places really enjoy. Every places have a different fragrance, a different experience, and every tradition have a. But when we went to the Bardmer with Anwar Khan Manganiyar place, he he warm welcomed all the team of Raga Science. And when we were there, he is a very famous Western Rajasthan musician, but he's so down to earth, you know. And he appreciated our effort that in this Corona time, you traveling to the musician without thinking of you. You know, nobody coming out in this time, and you just came to think about artist. It's a big effort, and he given so many blessings. And when he started singing, I was I was like in a trance. I feel like crying, and the music he sang, wow, it was so amazing. So it was a great experience for me.
So that's the village where he lives all the time?
Yes, he lives in Barmer, but he belongs to a more smaller village. But he shifted in Barmer because it's a big city, not a big city, but
Right.
yeah, better
Relative.
place for transport and all these things because he needs to travel all the time. So his village is in the no road, no electricity, no transport,
Hmm.
less, very less, one or two bus in a one day. So he shifts there now.
Yeah. Yeah. I did notice, and by the way, those two little clips that I showed, they're all from the Raga Science Facebook page. You know, anybody can go and look at them. I just pulled out a couple that I really liked, especially the one with the goats in the back. I love goats. Um, but I did notice that a lot of the crew were wearing masks. I saw you were wearing a mask a lot of times. It did not look like the villagers were wearing very many masks.
Uh, in village, there is no outsider people comes and they are in the village. So there is not coronavirus cases. Everybody is healthy they they keep following the guidance of government and all these things because if they are also not traveling outside and no outsider is coming. So there, I think there is no corona. We were the outsider there
Right.
only. So we keep wearing mask and we try to keep the social distancing and everything
Yeah.
with hygiene. We're drinking a lot the hot waters and masalas and the Ayurveda remedies. I always keep with me,
Oh, yeah.
and I have lots of blessings of all the artist community.
Right.
So
That's probably
and
the most healing of everything.
yes,
Um, I just have one other question that I wanted to ask, and then we'll see if any of our participants have any questions. What are you going to do with all of the recordings and all of the interviews that you collected?
actually the all the interviews and recording would like to make a documentary kind of thing, and I want people around the world to see uh, what's going on with our artistic community, what they are thinking, and how they will keep continue the tradition, what they are thinking, what is their problem. If we will bring this all these things out to all the people, maybe we will get a better solution with a lot of
Mhm.
suggestions from around the world, and we will reach to the one point how we can stand with these artists in this corona time.
Hmm.
So this was my idea.
Yeah, I love that idea. Um, I'm guessing that there is there are funds, there's money that's needed in order to make that documentary happen. Yeah.
Of course, it's we really need a big fund, like we need a camera team, we need a sound engineers,
Yeah.
we need to pay for traveling, we need to pay for hotels or small places where we are staying, we need for food,
Yeah.
and most important, we need to pay to the artists. When we go there, we record their performance and we need to pay them.
Yeah.
So we really need funds for that.
Yeah. I love how Nawab, you're thinking on many different levels at once. There's the immediate needs, paying for the concert so they can buy food, but also in your mind is the longer term, like what can we do to sustain this tradition and increase awareness of the tradition, not just during coronavirus, but any other, God forbid, any other virus that comes down the road, or just in the future. How can we really treasure these people and their traditions and make sure that it continues. Um, that's very nice. Anyone who's joining us now have any questions you'd like to ask Nawab, either about himself or how he was trained, or the road trip, or Raga science? Anybody have any questions about that? The weather? Okay. So I have this question that my good friend Leslie asked me to. She's taking a break from screen time. Um, Many of us are spending way too much time on screens. And for Thanksgiving, she's like, Shar, I'd like to be there, but no, no screens. So this was her question. I thought it was really good. She says, how has technology and social media changed the way that you and your fellow musicians interact with each other and also interact with the world? So, what impact has the technology and the social media made on communication as far as the musicians go?
Well, I personally not very much interested in all this technology, or I was not also not very active on social media. Uh, I'm a musician from the city, so even I am not aware of the technology and all these things. You can imagine how the village artists, they just some young artists just for fun, having a mobile and having a Facebook just there. But uh, now this technology and the social media really, I think, help a lot for artist community. It's a good medium to pass the music, because we cannot perform live, we cannot travel, we cannot do anything. So this is only medium to support us, and by this way, like lot of artists got the paid concert, online concerts, and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
So this medium was really very supportive for financial reason. But the big difference of technology music and the live music is really really different, big difference.
I know.
When you listen the music, you feel the vibration, you feel the art, you feel the atmosphere. That is very important for the music. So
Yeah.
there is huge difference between live performance, face to face live performance, not Facebook live,
Right,
but there are so many. So because when I travel and when I go there and I listen these musicians, the atmosphere feeling was different. When I see on the screen, the atmosphere is different.
yeah,
So still, if you think the live is something different, but
right.
this technology really help a lot. At least we have something, like we enjoying, we watch, we maybe some more better technology will come, like 4D, 5D, 8D technology. You will feel like you are in this village. You will have a glasses, and
Yeah.
there are a lot of people are thinking about this kind of technology. Maybe you will feel that you are in this village, then much better. But yeah, of course, we are really thankful for this technology. Like it's a lot help us a lot.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see that question um, there, Nawabji, but Tim put a question: what is going through your mind when you are performing music?
uh, when I performing Hindustani music, like for me is I take this music as a worship, as a spiritual activity. Whenever I I make my mind to perform something, I first of all I make my mind for particular raga, a particular message of the song, and I work on that message, and I make ready myself with feelings, and I try to put that feeling in my music, and wish my audience, my listeners, should heal with this music. So always, when I play the music, the spiritual part comes in my mind, and I try to give the spiritual benefit to the, because any kind of music I play, I think about what is the spiritual essence in this music.
Mhm.
So even though the when I go to the folk musicians there, I try to discover, I try to find out the spiritual message in that.
Mhm. Yeah. There's a couple of people with us right now who've been to some of the gong groups when I used to have like actual live people come actually physically to the studio and actually play music for them. And that's very much how I work too. And it's really hard to do that remotely, you know, just feeling the presence of the people. Um, I thank you for that question, Tim. That was really good. I have just one other thing I kind of wanted to throw in, just and then we have a short little composite media piece that I want to show that Nava prepared for us, or somebody prepared. And then after that, we'll move to the music meditation. But Seattle, so there's a few of us who are on the call right now who are from the Seattle area. My sister is not, she's from North Carolina. But one of the unique or weird, depending on how you think of it, things about Seattle is that as far as official religious institutions like churches, mosques, temples, synagogues, of all the major cities in the US, Seattle has the fewest number of those buildings, big institutions, where most people, a lot of people say that they feel that they're spiritual, but they're not religious. And I heard a really interesting story on the radio the other day. I don't know if you guys heard it on NPR about people have this theory that music is so big in Seattle because it's taking the place of church, temple, mosque. That it this is our spiritual practice. This and being outdoors hiking. And that for many people, not having live concerts is like not going to church. It just feels, you start to feel really disconnected. What do you guys think? I see some heads nodding. Yeah. That's just something it's not, I know other people feel that way too, like you were just describing all over the world, but I think it's especially true here. We're not a very institutional city in terms of, you know, approved religion. So let me pull up this one other piece, and I think I'll just it's like 5 minutes. I think I'll just play the whole thing through, if that's okay, Nawab. And then if there's anything that you especially want to point out when it's over, or if any of our participants have any questions about anything they saw, they can ask. Does that sound okay? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. It's this one. Okay.
मेरा नाम हुसैन खान है, गांव बड़नवा है, तहसील पशुपतिनाथ, जिला बाड़मेर के रहने वाले हैं। और हम लोगों ने अभी जो गाया है बाबा बुल्ले शाह का, बहुत मतलब बड़े पीर थे और भोले बाबा थे, उसके बारे में ही हम लोगों ने ये सॉन्ग गाया है बाबा बुल्ले शाह का।
मेरा नाम अजीज खान है, गांव पोस्ट बनवा, तहसील पशुपतिनाथ, जिला बाड़मेर नंगा। हमने जो सूफी गाए ये बुल्ले शाह कलाम था। उनसे पहले कोई पीर मतलब पागारा पाकिस्तान के वो थे बुजुर्ग, उनका एक और गाया था, वो भी पाकिस्तान के थे, जिलानी पीर, उनके गीत थे। उस बहुत ससवी के गीत भी गाए थे हमने। ऐसा करके सूफी बहुत गाए।
Okay. Anything you want to point out? What were those two gentlemen saying? Those two gentlemen, Nawab, what were they saying?
They sing where they are from and what song they are singing and all they are saying.
Hmm.
When the documentary or film will be ready, there will be subtitles. We
Yeah.
will put the subtitles also. It's just a small teaser kind of thing
Yeah.
they can aware about.
Hmm. What's amazing to me is even when you don't understand the words, their
Mm.
face, they're so warm, their face, um, and their expression, their hand gestures. You can tell there's, like an open-heartedness there. Tim, did you just have a
Right.
message that you put up? What'd you say? Uh, this was behind the scenes footage. Yes, this was behind the scenes footage
Yes.
made with the
Yes.
phone. Yeah, in fact, that's one of the reasons I wanted to show it. So that it's not all like shiny and perfect. This is like the real life experience of it. Um, is there anything else that you'd like to mention about this or anything else that's coming up before we move to the meditation portion?
Um, there are so many things in my mind running, and I want to do so many things. But for doing many things, really we need a support from the people. We really need a fund. Lot of people all over the world, of course, facing this kind of problem.
Mm-hmm.
But there are so many old traditions. You know, I think we need to stand with them to keep continue. Of course, every musician is suffering, or every artist, or not of business, many things. But I heard from the lot of people, when one culture tradition is die, it means it's a burning of a one big library. You know, it's a dying of a big library. So we need to save the culture. So we need to stand with these. Uh, so keep support Raga Science, and we will bring so many beautiful cultural artists and musical dance and many things in front of the society with your support.
Yeah.
And again, thank you so much for your kind support and love. My friend Sha'ari,
Mm.
special thanks to her, and my friend Tim from Australia. They are working a lot for the Raga Science. Raga Science is nothing without their support.
Aw.
So they are the important pillar of the Raga Science. Thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Very sweet. One little thing I just want to say for the Seattleites here is a number of years ago, um, the Seattle Art Museum had a big exhibition of art and culture and music from Jodhpur, from Rajasthan. Did any of you happen to see that by any chance? I didn't see it either. But if you, I'll just say, because it never hurts to put the word out. If you think of anybody or any museum or organization that you think would be interested in screening a documentary and might be willing to put up some funds, even a modest amount of funds up front, certainly don't hesitate to say something because um, I think just as the musicians are really wanting, they're missing performing, a lot of us are missing listening to things as well. So, anyhow, um, so now we're going to move into the music meditation portion. And I'm thinking that I'll just throw this out here and see what you think. I'm thinking that maybe when that ends, we'll just end, like maybe not come back together again, just finish so that you can take that feeling with you and you don't have to be, saying goodbye and pretending that you're thinking when your brain is somewhere else. Does that sound okay to people? Okay. So, if you have headphones you want to use, that's fine. If you want to lie down, it's fine. I did the video that I received was good quality, but I also got some coaching from my tech guy, and I tweaked the sound a little bit. So I think it will sound good to you even without headphones. Um, so any last words before we move to that experience? Yes, please. Can't hear you. Do you want to type it? I can't hear you. Do any of you guys hear her?
No, I can't hear.
Do you want to type it, Dana? I'm sitting here going like this. Let me see if I can do anything. No. You can message me if you want. I'll read it. Okay. All right. So, I just want to thank not only the people present, but anyone who watches this later. Just thank you so much for, um, just believing in my word, and hearing, having an open heart to hear about this organization that then we can collect some funds and then send them all the way to Jodhpur and spread throughout Rajasthan. I'm just so happy and honored, and just it's so fun to feel like a global village, and now you're part of that global village as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the screen for the video for the meditation, and then afterwards. Um, when the recording is available, I'll let you know. If you want to stay on top of what's going on, I will try to communicate as much as possible, but you could also join the Facebook page. If you have any questions, thank you for these messages, by the way. I see them. If you have any questions, feel free to send them my way or Nawab's way or Tim's way, anything that we can do to provide information. If you have any ideas, people are so creative, come up with good ideas. Thank you so much, Nawabji, for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
Our
Thank you,
night,
everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you.
okay, and you guys are gonna love this. This is so beautiful. So let me bring this up.
Namaste, myself Nawab Khan. I am Indian classical musician from Jodhpur, Rajasthan, India. I am the founder of the Raaga Science Initiative. I am really very thankful for my friend Sha'ari, who supported a lot for this initiative. And I am really thankful and very obliged to all the donors and the supporters of Raaga Science USA initiative. Thank you so much for your kind support. We having this special event for all the donors and the supporters of Raaga Science USA. Actually, I am the clinical music therapist, and I am in search of spiritualism for myself. So I'm presenting a Nada Yoga meditation for you. Nada is a Sanskrit word. The meaning of Nada is a sound. It's a sound meditation. Actually, in Indian philosophy, it is written that the best form of all yoga is Nada Yoga, because this is the only way to find God, to have salvation or cosmic feeling. So the sound is very important part of spiritual practice. Actually, it's scientifically proven that whole universe is a vibration. If it is a vibration, there must be a sound. If there is a sound, we are talking about two kind of sound. First is external sound, second is internal sound. When you produce sound with two different things, is external sound like this. This is external sound. And internal sound is kind of one hand clapping. This is the sound of this universe. This is sound of our internal sound. But we cannot hear this sound with physical ears. It's a spiritual sound running in our body. But people who are able to listen this internal sound, they found God, they had salvation, they had the cosmic feeling. So now the yoga meditation is makes you able to listen your internal sound. Actually, the Indian traditional classical Indian music is designed mathematically like the Pythagoras formula of mathematics, which makes you unable to listen your internal sound. So I'm going to play one composition for you, which will help you to listen your internal sound and will give you a lot of serenity and positive energy. So let's go for this meditation session with me. Feel the vibration of the music in your body. Make your mind ready for this spiritual journey with me. Bring both hands together. Rub your hand. When your palms are little warm, you put on your eyes for a while. And massage on all your face. And close your eyes. Close your eyes. And flow with the music. Close your eyes. Take a long breath, everybody. Feel the vibration of the music in your body. तुम्हारा क्या गया जो तुम रोते हो? तुम क्या लाए थे जो तुमने खो दिया? तुमने क्या पैदा किया जो नष्ट हो गया? जो कुछ आज तुम्हारा है, कल किसी और का था। परसों किसी और का हो जाएगा। परिवर्तन संसार का नियम है। ओम शांति शांति। Take a long breath, everybody. Bring both hands together. Rub your hand. Then massage on all your face and gradually open your eyes. Thank you. Thank you so much.